I'm back again with a pile of possibilities, this time for February 2026. So let's get started. Hi, readers. I'm Lori, and welcome to my channel, Books, Ink, and Paper. Welcome back. For those of you who are in my community, I'm so happy to be able to share with you today some books that I am considering for the month of February for my TBR. And some of these I may finish in January. I'm just not sure, so I'm going to add them as well. But I have some ideas. I have a buddy read. I have some books I'm currently reading that I'm going to try to finish, but may not. And making some changes, I think, to my pile of possibilities for Mardi Gras readathon, I think. Okay. First one is Little French Bistro. Gosh, I didn't mean to do that. My friend made me this bookmark. Did I show you guys this one? I don't know that I did, but anyway, it has a little charm on it, and if you flip it up real fast, then it, hits you in the face or in the book. Little French Bistro, our group read for the Mardi Gras Readathon by Nina George. I'm halfway through, a little bit more than halfway through, really enjoying it. Beautifully written, very, very pretty. Lots of characters, but really enjoying it. So I would like to finish this by the end of this month, but I have like 4 days to go. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but I love it. And I plan to finish that in January or February. Then I have The Remains of the Day by Kazuo Ishiguro. I did plan to use this as the prompt for reading a book about royalty. However, as I started this, I've discovered that it is not technically a book about royalty. It is a book about the staff in a castle in England, and it is about the butler in particular and another person that he has known and that has worked there. And the person who now owns this home is an American, so he's not royalty, and he's just acquired this property. So I will read this at some point. I do plan to read this. I just don't know that this is going to work for that prompt, and it feels a little off for me to count it. So I'm going to consider this one for that prompt, which is King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. It's not a king traditionally, though, but it is a king in terms of his commitment to organized crime, I think. I think that's where we go with this one. And I love S.A. Cosby, even though these are always very dark and difficult and violent. I really enjoy his writing, and he usually carries me along with all of the characters and the plot pretty quickly, pretty easily, and I've enjoyed all of them. But this one is about a man who lives in DC, I think, and he leaves his family's crematory business behind in Virginia. No, he's a financial advisor in Atlanta. I don't know why I thought it was DC, but anyways, Brother Dante is deeply in debt, and there's an accident. I'm not going to tell you a whole lot about this because it is something that I actually don't want to know too much about going in, but I hear that it's good. I hear that there's a lot of organized crime and a lot of secrets, and yeah, I think somebody dies, but I'm not even really sure that they do. All right, and then I'm currently reading as well Shiver by Ali Reynolds, and this one is a book I talked about the other day that I had actually already read and forgot that I had, so I'm reading it on my Nook and I'm enjoying it. It's good. I'm remembering a lot of it now, but some of it is like, oh, I forgot that happened. But I'm not very far into that, so I probably won't finish that one until February, but that would fulfill the Mardi Gras prompt for reading a book about a group of people or a crew, because it's a bunch of folks that have competed in skiing years past, and they reunite, and it's really good. It also helps me to read a book set in the winter, so I'm enjoying that as well. It is really cold here, like 20s, low 20s in the night, and it's supposed to be that way for a while, but I don't mind that. I really like the cold, so and the cold doesn't bother me anyway, right? That song is now in my head, but there's that. So those are kind of the ones that I plan to get to sooner than later. This one I would like to read in February as well. And it could be a Mardi Gras prompt, I guess, if I were able to see this kind of this theater performance as a bit more of a ball or an event. But I'm not as worried about the Mardi Gras readathon prompts as I am just reading books that I want to read this year and that I put on a list to read this year and that I feel like I'm going to really enjoy. So this one is about a theater where there's a play, the theater house goes up in flames, and so the people that are in this book are trying to save other people and get out and all those kinds of things. So I've wanted to get to this for a while as well. And the reason why the two of these will make me happy in February if I read them is because they would both also count for Black History reads. And that is something I try to do often. And I would like to read both of these if I could in the month of February. We'll see. This one came out in June 2025. So it's been out for a while. And I feel like this one came out earlier than that. Let's see if I can tell you what that is. You know, the way that they make these books, each publisher, sometimes it's hard to find what you need fast. 2023. And this is a first edition, I think, that I got. But yeah, I've had it for a couple of years now and haven't done anything with it. So 3 years almost. So those two would be Black History. This would be Mardi Gras Readathon, and then this one could maybe be counted as Mardi Gras Readathon as well. Let me put these down gently so I don't wiggle everything around. Now, I am also actually going to be doing another video very soon about a project that I have in mind as a little bit of a group reading or readathon or something. I am finishing up my ideas about this, but I've also already started to come up with some things. And so I'm going to share with you later about what that is. But for now, I'm also going to say that this would work for that in February, but it will also work for a buddy read with my friend Andy. So this is The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. This was, I think, on my list of, it's definitely on my list of the 12 books I'd like to read this year, but I'm sure that this might be on the self-destruct list too, because I really wanted to get this read, and I've now purchased the sequel, so I really need to commit to this. And Andy said, I would like to read that as a buddy read with you. I also have a buddy read coming up with my friend PJ too, so I need to make sure that I get all these in my notebook. But this one came out in 2024, I think. Let me see if I'm right about that. Yes, 2024. And the new one, I think, came out in 20. Did it come out last year or the beginning of? No, I think it did, 2025. So anyway, this is fantasy, which isn't necessarily something that I read a lot of. But I'm ready to tackle some more of that this year. And this is also a mystery, murder, mystery kind of thing. So it's definitely going to hit me there for sure. And I started it a while ago and I didn't get very far in it and I just didn't go on with it. Not because I wasn't enjoying it. I'm sure I was just overwhelmed. But that's why I'm trying to keep these light and low and easy. But this is about Anna Delabra, and she's an investigator, but she is, I don't know that she's blind. I think she just uses a blindfold and she never leaves her home, but she investigates murder. And there is a murder at the beginning of this book. And so she has a sidekick to support her, I guess. And her sidekick's name is Dinius Cole, and he's magical in some way, but I think he's not a human, as I remember from starting this or reading the synopsis years ago. Nevertheless, they're going to together, because he'll go and sort of scan the area where this happened for clues and evidence and all those things, and then Anna will try to sort this out based on the information that she gets from Dinius. A lot of people love this. A lot of people have rated this very well. And I mean, I have no reason to believe I'm not going to like it. So I'm planning on getting farther this than 26 pages as I did the first time. Oh, look, I even have a reading book club in here. Reading challenge, Marrying the Ketchups. I read that. The Lincoln Highway, read that. James read that too. So I need to get back to this. And it also has a little, I'm going to let this go because I'm going to start again. It also has a little place where you can put these little, what do you call these? I don't even know. The cold is really impacting my ability to remember certain words, apparently. But anyway, I can save, bookmark things that I really enjoy about this, and then, kind of go back and remember them if I should choose to reread it. For if some reason I don't finish this and don't want to keep it, then I'll pop it up in the Pango bookshop, and I will also pop up number two. But I'm planning on liking it. I have no reason to believe that I won't enjoy it. So that is one, two, three, four, five, counting the ebook books that I would like to read or finish in February. So that seems like a good pile of possibilities. I don't want to go overboard at this point, and I can always change my mind in the middle of the stream, right? And I might, but I think these are going to be solids, and I'm going to really enjoy each of them. So let me know what you're planning to read in the month of February. Notice I don't really have a love story in this space. I may end up reading a romance really quickly, maybe listening to one. There is an audiobook that I just downloaded yesterday, I think, that I might want to read, but I don't know. I may just stick to this and let it be what it is. But I always like to have at least a couple of, physical books, and then a digital book for sure. So can't wait to hear if you've read any of these as well. And if you liked them, join us for the group read at Mardi Gras Readathon. If you'd like, I haven't scheduled it yet, but it'll be right before the 17th of February, that weekend. We're going to talk about The Little French Bistro. So if you'd like to read The Little French Bistro before then and join us, you're more than welcome to do that. And if you are curious about the others, I'll do a wrap up as soon as I finish them. So thanks so much for watching. I'd like to hear in the comments below how you're doing, what you're reading, what you think about this stack, and anything else you want me to know. And again, if you do not want to leave a comment, just feel free to leave an emoji that I will know that you're here. So maybe a little cup of espresso for the bistro, or a cake or something like that. Or maybe a little like fire pit or something if there's one of those in. I know there's a fire emoji, so you could do that for either the King of Ashes and the house is on fire. And then maybe a little robot for this one. So you choose also whatever you want to put in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Thanks so much for being a part of this community. And as always, happy reading. Bye.